His force has already claimed the lives of billions. Grant me the authority to change history before Vandal Savage puts an end to it.
As a Time Master, we possess no army.
And I'm not asking for one. Just a team. I specifically said no weapons.
Exactly how many knives do you have? Doesn't a legend have to be dead?
That's a deal breaker for me.
I chose you 8 to travel throughout time because the future of the world is in peril.
I say we kick some ass.
Hey guys, we have a new and very huge problem.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Series premiere Thursday, January 21st on the CW.
We go out for one lousy drink, and you guys somehow managed to pick a fight with Boba Fett.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Happy New Year. Brand new Legends of Tomorrow footage that totally looks like something out of Richard Donner's Superman, or even something out of Doctor Who. Rip Hunter goes to see the Time Lords. Rip Hunter's organization is called the Time Masters, that's straight out of DC Comics history. So it looks like these first 2 episodes, which is like, Pilot Part 1, Pilot Part 2, are going to deal with their mythology, which I think is going to be awesome. It'll kind of set it apart from other big DC organizations. The thing that's different about the Time Masters, like if you've been a fan of Booster Gold, time-traveling asshole who just helps people out, seems like a douchebag, is that Rip Hunter is his son from way further in the future with way more advanced tech. So it's really easy to fall into that logic trap where you're like, well, if they're so powerful and they're so far in the future, why isn't it like Doctor Who? Why don't they change time all the time as it suits them? That's part of what this scene is going to answer, because obviously at this point in history, Vandal Savage has either risen to power or been long dead. It looks like in this version of the timeline, the first version, it's like the Flash season 1, where Barry's like, wait, my mother wasn't supposed to die, I need to save her. But then he goes back in time and you find out what ends up happening. I'll say a spoiler warning for the Flash season 1 if you haven't seen it yet. Here we go. So Barry goes back in time and finds that his other self, like another version of himself, is there and says, don't do it, dude. Do not try and change the past. So right off the bat, they have to explain what Vandal Savage has done to change history in a bad way, and how did he come back in the first place? Because remember, at the end of the Arrow Flash crossover, he was a pile of ashes. Everybody starts shaking your fists and screaming, Barrowman, because, obviously Malcolm Merlyn did something to save him. We'll probably find out what that is really quick, because usually that's the way they open with big things like this. Like, when history needs to be changed, usually they show you the big WTF to lead things off, where it's like, oh my god, this wasn't supposed to happen. And then you jump to scenes like this, where someone from the future is like, hey, wait, hey guys, can we change this? Because we are totally effed if we don't. But if you are a Doctor Who fan, you know that they don't use the Time Lords a whole lot. Usually you're just following the Doctor and his companion, running around having adventures. So most of this series is just going to be Rip Hunter and all the heroes. We'll probably check in with the Time Masters every once in a while. The way I think about all-powerful organizations like that is kind of like the Suicide Squad dynamic, where it's like you have a ragtag group of people who might not necessarily all be heroes, so usually they end up being the protagonists, and people like Amanda Waller or the Time Masters end up seeming more like villains than the actual villains. Now that's not exactly what's going on. I wouldn't say that's the exact characterization of the Time Masters, but anybody who is all-powerful is just a little bit sinister. You can't have that much power and not seem a little bit evil. But the other big thing that's going on in this clip is it's just showcasing some of the humor of the series. We go out for one lousy drink and you have to piss off Boba Fett. Now, I think they go back to the 70s in the first episode, so that's probably just right out of that 70s bar fight that they get into that they've been posting in all the trailers. The way they present it though, it makes it seem like the White Canary is the one that picked the fight with Boba Fett, which I totally love. Like normally you'd expect Heatwave, big, huge, mentally unstable bro dude to start all kinds of bar fights. But the Canary is just like that too. She still has a little bit of bloodlust in her. So I think they've been using that energy in a really fun way. Although technically there is the scene that she has with Laurel where it's like, it's time for you to step into the light. You've been this really dark assassin figure. You were part of the League of Assassins. Now it's time to be this hero in the light of day. It's kind of like the same thing that's going on with Oliver Queen right now, where he's like, I need to be someone who's a hero during the day, not just at night. But Katie Lotz' character is just way too much fun when you let her off the leash. I love that Captain Cold is the one that objects to getting in fights like that too. Whoa, 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 everybody just chill out. And then there's that great line where it's like, hey, wait a minute, don't legends have to be dead before they get called legends? That's kind of a deal breaker for me. So if you're one of those people that really likes the way they use humor on The Flash, like the Cisco character with, crazy one-liners, I feel like this series is just turning that up to 11. Like the crazy comic book level you wish all comic book TV shows could get to. So just a reminder, in case you didn't see my Suicide Squad video, there's like a whole bunch of stuff happening January 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. January 19th, The Flash comes back, that's episode 10. Right after that, they're doing a Legends of Tomorrow half-hour special, just like, oh my god, look at this show, it's gonna be so amazing. Then they're doing a Suicide Squad Batman v Superman special. They're going to post new footage from Wonder Woman, new footage from Suicide Squad. Just be sure to keep watching after The Flash that night. Arrow is the next night. Arrow episode 10 comes back. And then on Thursday night, Legends of Tomorrow episode 1 airs. I don't know if they're airing episodes 1 and 2 back to back because it's kind of like a 2-hour premiere. So there might be 2 episodes that night, but I'll keep you guys posted as I find stuff out. And there is a new round of the Reverse Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. So while you guys wait for everything to post, you can click here for that Suicide Squad video from yesterday, and you can click here for all my other Batman v Superman videos. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year's, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.